That would be more accurate.
Nevertheless, it remained in that room until you transported it to Italy in December of 1913.
Is that correct?
Yes.
And during the years spent in that room, did you write any letters?
Only to my family.
And did you not write in one of these letters to your family that, and I quote, "I am moving forward. I feel I have come upon my fortune."
I recall something like that, yes.
I feel I have come upon my fortune.
Romantic words, sir.
Do you deny that this is a direct reference to the money you hope to obtain from the sale of this painting?
Yes, I do. I do deny that. Fortune, sir, fortuna, the wheel, what my life will come to now. This is good or bad, a man's fortune. I felt that I had come to stand in the center of my life, and what was to be had been set in motion. Yes, I admit that when I wrote this, I was thinking that great things were coming. Going home, some honor, yes, maybe some money, but not only that. I was writing to my mother and father from this filthy room in a country not my own, and I drink sometimes when I write letters. I try to make romantic words. I try to think of what is the best idea a man can have.
Do you drink often, Mr. Perugia?
A man drinks wine after work.
Every day?
Of course. What man doesn't drink wine after work? Don't you need a drink when you go home? Don't you need a little something? I'd be worried about the man who didn't. That's the man to worry about.
Can everybody see that? In the back? Is the screen too high? Can you see back there? Oh, Jimmy, you have the slide in upside down. Take it out and put it in the other way. Thank you. All right, now focus her. She looks like she's been through the wash. Jimmy, you're killing her. Watch what you're doing, Jimmy. Just turn the other way. Turn the dial the other way. Watch the screen while you turn the dial so that you can see what your hand is doing. Okay, right there. Stop. Perfect. Now go sit down. You can take your seat. All right, everybody. This painting, yes, Kate, I'm sure you have seen it. Oh, how nice, just last summer, really. No, I've never been to France. Never been. Anyway, this painting is a very famous work of art, painted at the beginning of the 16th century by Leonardo da Vinci. Does anybody know what it was called? Not you, Kate. Yes, Mark. That's right, the Mona Lisa. No, she doesn't have two names. Mona is short in Italian for Madonna, or My Lady. So the title is something like calling her Lady Lisa, or the Mrs. Lisa, for she was a married woman, or so it is believed. Young wife to a rich man. Not a bad deal. Lisa del Giocondo. In Italy, they call the painting La Gioconda, which is very interesting because this means two things. It means that she is the wife of this Giocondo, but it also means, if one translates it, the woman who amuses herself. What is so funny, Mr. Hoster? Mr. Funny Pants. No, none of that, I am warning you. Okay, folks, this painting is so famous because before this, no one had really ever given such incredible expression to the human face in art. With this portrait, you really can feel, look at it, kids. You really can feel that there are things going on in this woman's head. You can feel that there is a big life beyond this little moment. rich man's house, but that she is going to embrace life to the fullest, even if sometimes it's a little sad. Because I think there's a little sadness there too. A little bit. Can you picture her? At night, she can't sleep. 100 thoughts in her head. She gets up, all by herself, takes a walk in the garden. I know I've done it. Look at the expression on her face, those confident eyes, that little perky smile. They say that Leonardo worked on this painting for many, many years, and that when he had Mrs. Lisa sit for him, there would be musicians playing beautiful music, flutes and lyres, so that she would be able to maintain that wonderful expression. And sometimes someone would maybe read a little poetry, sing a little song. Oh, well, I don't know what the songs were back then. Something festive. The point is, the music played, and she held that expression, and Leonardo recorded it. One of those rare instances of a man really understanding a woman, because I am telling you, that does not happen very often. Now, I want you to look at what she's wearing. Dark colors, a black veil. What a person wears when someone has died. And in the little that is known about this woman, we do know that one of her children, a boy, died when he was very young. We come back to the sadness. Maybe this portrait was begun while she was still in mourning, and maybe those musicians were an attempt to distract her from her grief. We don't really know. And that's kind of wonderful, though, to not know, to make up one's own story. And that is what I want each of you to do. I have made a color copy of the painting for each of you. I want you to take them home tonight, and I want you to hang them up in your bedrooms, over your desk, over your bed, wherever. Then I want you to take a little time over the next few days to really give the painting some thought. Don't talk to anyone else about it. Keep your ideas to yourself. Maybe write some things down. Then, on Monday, no moaning. By Monday, that's plenty of time. On Monday, I want you all to have written a little story about the painting, who this woman is, and what's going on. Then on Monday, we'll read them to each other. There's no right or wrong. It can be anything you dream up. All right? Yes. No, you're not going to get graded on it. How could I grade something like that? There's no right or wrong. It's just your story, your own little story. All right? Good. This will be fun. All our little stories.
Sometimes, I do. I try not to think about it. I used to think about it all the time. I used to go out in the evenings looking to meet someone. After work with the men, drinking. We went once, a couple of times maybe, to see the girls, the cabarets. That was something. Terrible, I know, but boy, that's something. Dancing like that. I stopped going. I turned all red. I had experience. I know that it costs too much to get in anyway. Besides, it only buys you a look. Then you have to go home, and you have a headache and other things, trouble sleeping, and other things. I'm a young man, the blood's moving. These girls, though, they don't look you in the eye, they look in your pockets. And that's fine, just don't pretend, don't lie about it. If I go out for it, that's one thing, if I go looking for it. But sometimes the girl comes up to you and then you don't know, is this for real or is this something else, a little business? You would see them outside the Louvre, this kind of woman. This is one of their favorite spots. Did you know that? I would see some of these same girls every day. They know I work there, I know they work there. We say hello. You would see one inside sometimes in the museum, looking at the paintings, in between the men. In the end, though, everyone always comes to see you. I would watch them, how they would look at you. The men, sometimes, keep a little distance. A little nervous, maybe. I think that not too many of the wives have smiles like that. Then, the ladies, the proper ladies, there's always one with her hands on her hips, looking at you like this. Suspicious, you know? They're trying to find something wrong with you. Then, the old men, sometimes with their shaking heads and looking at you as if they know you, as if you were the picture of someone they might have next to their beds. Then, oh, the shy girls, oh, these are my favorite. The way they look at you always with their mouths open, it's like this. It's like little Saint Teresa's. Beautiful. Even the whores get their moment with you. I've been with a few of these women, I don't deny that. One time, a girl came up to me outside the bar, grabbed my arm. Je suis jolie, n'est-ce pas? Lifting her dress to show me her leg. Viens avec moi, John Chambra, un bar de la rue. I was so drunk, you know, it made me sick listening to her, to that language. I pushed her off of me and she fell to the street and we were shouting and the police came. I had to spend 8 days in prison. 8 days! For what? For nothing. For arguing with a whore. Why are you looking at me like that? I tell you the truth. I don't go with these women anymore. You don't believe me? I tell you, I'm sorry for all the sins on my soul. Believe me, Madonna, penitente, 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 penitente. May I please speak with you? My name is Benedetto. A moment of your time, please. Forgive me for taking this up. I am here on behalf of the Confraternity of San Giovanni de Collato in Rome. Perhaps you have heard of us. We are doing good work for men. Listen, dear people, we need your help.
Yes, for molding, I'm sorry to say. But no, wait, please, listen. This is what I ask of you. This is what I ask of you. What of murderers, of thieves, of men who break the laws of heaven, the laws of the state? Shall they die without the chance for redemption? What comfort can one offer a man condemned to death in the dark moments prior to his execution? Words would seem futile. Our brotherhood, the Arconfraternity of San Giovanni Decolato, has been assembled to offer solace to such men. We are not the priests, we are simple men who wish to help the afflicted. It is our belief that we can help these men with pictures. Let me tell you of the first execution at which I was present. This, I think, will tell you everything. It was in the year 1471. I was 15. It was the first time I held a tavolette, this small painted image we use in our work. One of the brothers holds this before the condemned man's face as he walked down the street to the place of his execution. The man on this, my first time, was a thief. He wasn't to be had. And I walked with this man down many streets, and I held the tavolette before his face. On the one side was painted an image of the crucifixion, and on the other side was a painted scene of the beheading of Saint John the Baptist. Very beautiful. The knife and the light, it seemed, inside of it. And the saint, humble, on his knees. I walked backwards in front of the man, and from the side of the street, people were shouting and spitting, happy for to send a sinner to his death. I turned the tavolette in my hands, showing the man on one side, then on the other, back and forth between the two images, so that he might contemplate his crimes and look to God for forgiveness and for redemption. All the way down the street, I walked with the man to the place of his execution. I walked with him up the ladder, still with the images held near to his face. When he was pushed, I leaned down from the ladder, even now as he was swinging from the rope, keeping the tavolette before the face of this poor afflicto. I held it for many more minutes, until I was assured the man had departed from this life. And I felt the image in my hands to be a fire, burning away his sins. Always they make my hands burn, the pictures. I tell you, these images have a great power. They give solace to the hearts of fallen men. The image declares and makes a present that which is hidden, the invisible glory that is everywhere, waiting for all of us. To this end, then, I hold the tavolette before the condemned, so that his mind might ascend to what otherwise he could not grasp. Please, please do help us. Any offering you make will help ensure that our work continues. It will allow us to continue to employ the blessed painters who create our beautiful tavolette, who paint the images through which the grace of God bleeds. Thank you. All of you, thank you. Brother Rodolfo will take your donations at the back. Thank you.
I put the Mona Lisa up on the side of my desk, which I can see from my bed. I shine a flashlight on her in the dark, which spooked out my sister because she thought it was a picture of Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, who does a late-night monster show on television. But what I decided is, the Mona Lisa has a toothache because her face looks how you get when you have one. I said this to my mother, who said, "She can smile like you idiot. A person doesn't smile when they're in pain." But this is what I think. I think the Mona Lisa went to a dentist, and they did some work in her mouth, and her mouth is still swollen from the shot they give you. And the smile is probably from the pill. When I had my tooth fixed a couple months ago, afterwards it hurt, and the dentist gave my mother some pills I could take, which made me feel really good. And I only ever took half of one. So probably the Mona Lisa took a whole one, which explains the look on her face. I've seen this face of my own mother, because my tooth got better pretty quick, and I only ever took that one half of a pill. And then my mother kept the rest of the pills for herself, and I've even seen her take 2 pills at a time. And then she walks around the house like a walking Mona Lisa. My mother stays home all day if she's not shopping, and is probably bored while my father's at work. Oh, like Miss Mattel said, how she's the young wife of a rich man. She meant Mrs. Lisa, not my mother. But my mother is too. But she's Indian, not Italian. And then I thought, if the smile's not from the pill, then it could be from a couple of gin and tonics, which, if they don't get your mother crying, they get her face like the face of a Mona Lisa.
yourself to Leonardo, Mr. Perugia.
No, this is not what I'm saying. The painting began to disturb me. It would do this to any man who had to stare at this face every day. Leonardo kept this painting until he died. This is what I'm saying. He kept it with him always. Even though it must have mocked him constantly, he never sold it. Most men would have had to get away, but I spent 28 months with this real mess. Most men would not be able to spend 2 days in such company.
And why is that?
Are you even listening to me? Do you hear what I'm saying? Let me say this again. To look at her, it is impossible to lie. To her or to yourself. Every secret you have, out. You love something, out. You hate something, out. You're afraid of something, out. Even the very dark things. Now do you understand? To spend a few minutes with her at the museum, yes, well, you have your little moments, you confide in her, you leave, you go. But to be 2 years in her company, and to have to tell her everything. I would have lived with her longer had I been a stronger man.
But, sir, have you not told us that you took the painting to sell it? Or, as you say, present it to Italy?
Yes, to Italy. We are going around and around with this. You're trying to get me to say something. What? To say something different? I say the same thing, though. I took the painting for Italy. I lived with it for a little while. This becomes a long while, because when again am I ever going to have the chance to live with something like this? A common man to live with such these paintings. Sometimes I think a painting is like a mirror. And in this mirror, there is an angel. This is how I come to think of her. And I would look at this painting, at this perfect face. And sometimes it would seem like maybe it is my own face. And that maybe my heart is good, pure. But then you look and the angel is laughing at you. And the man lives a very small life and she sees that. But how does a man make his life less shameful? I think I had to get myself away from her influence. I think maybe I'm going crazy. And I think one night I wake up, I think to destroy her. A good old piece of wood would burn right up. Crack. Crack. Crack! I can do this, you know. Destroy you. Crack! I'll do it. I swear to God, I'll do it. Look at you in this light. Oh, dear God, look at you.